What's that word? YouTube's favorite face, DLace, and I'm back with another reaction video, y'all. This has been a story that I always heard about, but never knew the whole thing until about a year ago when Benzino basically said that he was behind the Paul Pierce thing. But he says in this video that Paul Pierce is lying about what really happened. So we gonna see, man, because all I know is Paul Pierce, when he was younger, he got stabbed up or something like that in the club, and he almost passed away. It's a story that really had kept under wraps in 2025, but I want to know the full story. So like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Turn that post notification bell on, and let's get to it. This is gonna be Benzino talking about, I guess, what really happened.
If you don't mind me asking, tell me about that situation where Paul Pierce, he got stabbed at a nightclub in Boston.
Boston was a city that was, ganged out in the 80s and 90s, right? Late 80s, early 90s. Like, the thing with Boston is that it's such a small area that if you got beef with somebody, you're gonna find them. So if you having gangs in that type of environment is worse than having gangs where your shit is spread out miles and miles and miles. I came up with an idea. At that point, I was pretty successful in the hood with hip hop, in the hood in Boston, and rap and doing my thing. Source had really taken off yet, but I had a real good reputation out there in the street, and I was getting money. We had put out some music, and I came with the idea like, look, there's a way that I can give back to the hood, all the hoods, without people being mad. Because I know if I would just go and grab one rap group out of one project, then everybody else would be upset. So I said, you know what, I'll go grab one or two, because everybody's rapping at this time. Boston's are separated by projects and blocks. I said, I'm gonna go grab a group or a solo artist out of each project and block and call them the Wise Guys. I had already called our group the Made Men, call them the Wise Guys and put them all together. And, some of this murder could stop. We could start doing hip hop shows, because we really couldn't do shows in Boston because everybody would fight and everybody be scared, So I said, well, let me just, this will be a way we can calm the violence down. You know what I'm saying? We start doing
Where does Paul Pierce come in to play? That's what I'm waiting on.
Shows and shit. And
he talking about the 80s.
I ended up putting guys together that had been killing each other for almost 20 years. Generational projects like Academy Homes in Orchard Park. It worked. One year our murder rate was like 120. The next year it was like 30. And they called it the Boston Miracle. And then Boston got a bunch of money from Washington, D.C. Bill Clinton came down. I never got the credit. Long story short, I got him
what?
Got the Wise Guys a deal on death row. Now these guys are these are the worst of the worst when it comes to the city. When I say that, not in a bad way, because I'm a part of that, but how Boston looked at these guys. Gangbangers, drug dealers. I mean, that was it. That's all we did. And hip hop. So we was doing a release party. I had got him a distribution deal on Def Jam. I got him it was all in the Source magazine. I got my Pele deal, Avarex deal to do ads. I mean, I put them on tour with each other. I would put the worst ones I would put the ones who had the worst enemies on tour with each other, because then I figure if they're out of town, it would be Boston against whoever they're out of town with, not necessarily their projects against each other, and it worked. Some of these guys are still friends to this day. Like, that shit would have never happened. About 12, 13 guys. Put a lot of my own money in it too.
So far, all I hear is him sticking his head in between his legs and sucking his own meat.
We gave an album release party.
Like, what are we talking about?
All the Wise Guys.
Paul Pierce gang.
It's downtown too, so it kind of was like, whoa, this is pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Because that was rare. So we're downtown, so I guess the Celtics had came that night. Mm-hmm. Now, I knew Paul from Kansas because I'm a big Celtics fan, and we was drafting him number 1. He was the shit coming out of college. So it's like, oh, we're gonna pair him up with Antoine Walker. We getting ready to make some noise again. We had sucked for so long. Everybody was happy that Paul was coming. I think we was in last place the year before. So that night, something had happened. Me and my man Hirsch. Something had happened.
That's actually crazy to think about. Paul Pierce was in Boston that long, and he really didn't win a championship until he was like, man, like 33 or something like that. Like some crazy age. You know what I'm saying? Like that'll never happen in 2025. But they'll trade Paul Pierce by the time he like 24, 25. I ain't gonna lie.
Me and Hirsch over there by the pool table, and they over there by where the music's at, the DJ. You know, you notice that the Celtics in it because everybody, these niggas is tall as, you know what I'm saying? I remember Tony Battie was in there. When Paul got there, right, I didn't know, I couldn't recognize him. Like he was in the club, I didn't even know. It's not like the club was super big, but I think it had 2 floors. So I didn't recognize if he was in there. Because when you see a nigga on TV and basketball, the first time you seeing him, in a dark nightclub, you're not even gonna recognize him really. Cause I didn't. The fight breaks out, niggas is over there beefing.
Gotta smell the earring backs.
That's a regular thing in Boston. Niggas fight. That happens all the time in clubs. That's why we never had no clubs. It was guaranteed to be fights. I mean, bloody up fights, dying fights, all kind of shit. Shootouts, stabbings. Anyways, niggas is giving this one dude the business. Nobody else jumped in with. That's one thing I noticed. No other Celtics went over there to help Paul that night. And there was a few of them in there. Nobody went over there to help him. Now, me and Hirsch, my man, Tony Hirsch, we're standing to the side watching everything. And we seeing, you know, the whole situation. And we're just like, damn, look at this shit. If I'd known that was Paul, I would have went over there. Because I seen niggas, it was, you know, he was the only one. But it happened so regular. But if I knew it was Paul Pierce.
So you mean to tell me Paul Pierce, see, I need to know the full story. Y'all need to drop a video in the comments or something that points me to the story of what really happened. Because, like I know, he got stabbed a whole bunch of times. They said 11 times. So was he just watching somebody just... Like, was he just watching that? Were they just watching that? If I was Paul Pierce, I wouldn't even want to be on the Celtics strictly because of that. I would have left strictly because of that. Trade me. I don't know if he had the leverage because, you know, they probably looked at it as a bad thing that he was in there and that happened. But trade me. My homies, my teammates not even helping me. I'm the best player on the team and y'all don't want to come help me. Trade me. Bro, get me up out of Boston on my soul. Y'all need to put me to the video. Unless he gonna say some more about it, I need a video or something.
I think of the Celtics.
What?
I would have went over there and stopped that. When Paul was laid out, the lights came on, everybody's rushing to get the fuck out of there. I'm running downstairs to my car. I'm walking fast in the parking lot. And I think Tony Battie and his brother was like, yeah, it was Made Man Benzino. He's right next to me saying my name. So I jump in the whip. Come to find out, you know, people are talking. Paul was getting real aggressive with, you know, one of the wise guy's girls. And he told him to chill. And I guess Paul didn't chill. And he was being real aggressive with his girl. The rest is history.
So he didn't really know what he was up against for real. He in the club thinking I'm NBA Paul Pierce, I can do what I want whole time. You got real life gang members in here. Real life people who don't have regard for your life at all. And they probably did have a little bit of regard because you Paul Pierce. Gave you a warning, but feel me?
What do you mean by aggressive?
Like trying to holler at her. You know, trying to just, you know what I'm saying? After somebody like, yo, that's my girl or whatever. And then, you know, words fly. It happens so much. Everybody by me talking this can see this. This happens all the time. You have your girl with you, some nigga getting yo, homie, she's with me. You're supposed to only take one time. You know, the rule is you're supposed to take one time, and if you didn't know, that's your time to chill. If you still saying something after that, then niggas have died from that shit. Like graveyards, jails are full of niggas over shit like that. So this ain't nothing new. I ended up rushing back to New York because I knew this shit was getting ready to hit the fan. You know, this was all up, every news, every world news. I mean, This was crazy, you know, because he got stabbed up pretty bad. Now, my lawyer said that they went in there, the gang task force, with a, you know, the picture book, and they kept, Paul was on his bed. He just lived, like an inch away from his lung, heart, something, or his lung, something. But he got fucked up. And they kept pointing at my picture, and they wanted him to say it was me. They kept telling him to do it. Kept telling him. In his bed. He didn't pick me, but he picked. Remember I told you my man next to me? The whole time when all this happened? Picked him. He was nowhere near when that shit was going on. We're watching, looking at each other, shaking our head like, look at this shit. Because again, it's supposed to be the Wise Guys record release party. We're watching shit go down. So I had to get a lawyer. So we had to come back. You know, we got stopped at the airport, put in cuffs. Hearst ended up getting locked up. We had to bail him out. I had to pay for a lawyer. Took it to trial. God willing, thank God he didn't get locked up. They found him not guilty. But Roscoe and Trev, Roscoe got it like 20 years and Trev got it a bunch of time.
Dang.
And, you know, Paul Pierce picked him out. You know, he said those are the ones who stabbed and punched him.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So he told and everything.
He told
Duh, he's an NBA basketball player. Yeah. Like, y'all could have just ended my life. I make millions. Y'all could have ended my life. Yeah, he telling. Like, what are y'all talking about?
Now, my thing is this, right?
I don't know why they saying it like that. Of course he told.
I've told the story before without saying that Paul told. Because I want to. But my guys did years behind that shit.
So they shouldn't have did it.
The Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes interview, I thought he was real kind of, I thought he was too loose with it, with his answers. You know, this guy's still sitting in jail for that shit right now.
And he should be. Why should we be, bro? I ain't gonna lie, bro. We finna, bro. Alright, so he said it on All the Smoke. Okay, so we gonna come back. Y'all like this comment. Let me know y'all thoughts. And we gonna come back and we gonna watch Paul Pierce talk about it on All the Smoke. And we gonna finish this. Why should Paul Pierce care how many years your guy is doing? Y'all stabbed him up. He could not be having any years of life right now. What are we talking about? Like, this is why this street mentality is so stupid and don't even make sense. I just broke your stupid mentality down in 2 seconds, Benzino. Why should Paul Pierce care about your homies who tried to stab him up, regardless of what happened? Okay, he tried to get on there with his girl. Okay, fine. He did. He's wrong for that. But y'all also just tried to stab me up and make me lose my life. I don't care about y'all. It goes both ways. I don't care. I don't care. If I'm Paul Pierce, I don't care. I literally don't care. They're locked up, so what? You shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have stabbed me. Like, what are we talking about? Is he crazy?
This guy's still sitting in jail for that shit.
Bro, if somebody do something to you, somebody do something to Coy, are you going, like, what? Are you ever going to care? If somebody did something like that to Coy and she almost loses her life, boy, I'd be ready to, me personally with Coy, I'd be ready. I know you gonna be ready. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sliding for Coy just like you, Benzino. Bro, that was Coy. You would not be talking like this.
And, for you to be...
The heck?
He should have manned up to his actions, because not only that's telling the truth. That's some real nigga shit. But also, you're going to help these other young guys out here who are in different cities on how they act and their behavior. You got to let them know, don't do the shit that I did. Be aggressive in some other city's girl with a real nigga's chick. Like, don't be he needs to tell that, because he almost died from that, and my guy's got a lot of time from that.
I got to see the interview, though.
If he's the truth, then he needs to tell the truth on what happened that night. It got swept under the rug. I watched how a city cried for a black man and loved the black man. I watched a racist ass city feel so bad for Paul Pierce, but hated the fuck out of me. Who told Jadakiss to tell them probably same police that they should have killed me. That's the difference. If you go swing a ball and bounce a ball and dunk a ball for Boston, they love you as a black man. But you in the streets just trying to hustle to get by, they fucking despise you as a black man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So he was trying to.
Like, even, like, bro, even that's just stupid. Like, all right, bro, I guess, because hustling and basketball is the same thing. Okay, all right. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, bro. We gonna watch. If y'all interested in this, bro, we gonna watch the Paul Pierce All the Smoke episode and see what he said. Cause he said he was talking loose on there. We gonna see before I really condemn Benzino on this.
I'ma fuck with you.
All you know is kick back, run up on me, back, get back, 911. Somebody's son did die, we need police on dispatch.
Let's take a nap, sipping on my cup, slide in the traffic, ride in the traffic, waiting on the traffic.